For starters, I'm very sorry about Nyack on Thursday night. I'm very sorry I had to cancel. But listen, I'm the last guy that wants to get anybody. I don't go take people down dark streets. I don't. I like to, if I go down a dark street, I go by myself. I've been like that for 57 years. You know, the thing is in New Rochelle, it's growing like a pimple, and you know, it's 10 minutes from there, from Nyack. There was no way. First of all, I was supposed to go back to shoot a movie, right? I was going to go back, and I was supposed to shoot today and tomorrow. So a lot of the podcasts you've been listening to have been pre-recorded because I thought I was going to be gone for 10 days. But what happened was, my knee had been hurting for like the last 6 months. My knee's been hurting. Everything hurts. I'm getting old. But I called my doctor, my knee doctor, Dr. Nicola, and I went down there and they did x-rays, they did an MRI, and I have my arthritis in my knees is really bad. So he said the right one was worse than the left one. So he's going to shoot me in the right one first with this Novasisk. It's like a gel that goes in between your knee and it foams in there to to lighten up the pain of arthritis. But he ordered 2 shots, but he said he was only going to give me 1 because sometimes you get allergic reaction to it.
Oh, shit.
Look at my leg. It's still bruised. Oof. And that was a week ago, yesterday. So when Tuesday morning, when I woke up and my leg, he told me he's only going to give you 1 in case you get an allergic reaction to it.
Right.
So I go down there Monday. He shoots me in the knee. I don't pass out, nothing. My wife drives me back.
It was a good day.
And I don't think we did anything Monday. I think I just relaxed because I didn't know. I didn't want to put anybody in a bad position if I made plans, and I didn't know if I was going to pass out or. So I got home, but Tuesday morning when I woke up, my knee was swollen. And I didn't even know it. I got up and went to boxing.
Oh.
I boxed for an hour. I went there and did drills and the whole thing. And after class, that's when the teacher said, your knee's bruised, right? And I go, no. And I looked at it, and the whole side of it was purple over the Band-Aid. I still had left the Band-Aid. I forgot I even got the shot on Tuesday morning. I don't know what the hell was wrong with me. And I got home. I called the doctor, and he goes, it's going to swell up. And right away, he goes, just put ice on it and don't fly for a couple of days. I'm like, oh, no. But by Monday, after I listened to the Rogan podcast, that was the best podcast he ever did in his life. And just the fact that he called me afterwards and explained to me that he was having the same doubts I was having. Because, listen, I got a GED, man. I'm not a genius, but I knew last Monday that New York was going to be bad. I mean, I spent 3 weeks in New York in May, and that had been the first time I had spent quality time in the city in 25 years, so I didn't know what the city was about. And me and my wife were having a conversation 2 days ago, and I remember my second week on the set of The Sopranos, I had Tuesday off. I had just returned from 420. I went to Milwaukee, and I was smoking those vapors.
Okay.
Pens. For some reason, I got vapors to go to New York, and I had a headache. So that Monday, I still remember I was across the street from the Garden, and during the day, they have like a little thing on the side of the street in the Garden where it's like food trucks. You could buy your food in this building and go outside. They got tremendous steak sandwiches. They got everything in there.
Nice.
It's like a little lunch place. Then you go outside and sit on the side of the Garden. There's a street, and it was a beautiful day. It was April 22nd, whatever it was. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I'm talking to my wife, and my wife remembered the conversation. And I go, you know what, man? There's a lot of people walking these streets. What if? And she goes, what do you mean? I go, I can't imagine like Godzilla attacking or somebody dropping a bomb here. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
So when I saw the map Tuesday, and I saw New Rochelle had already been contaminated and whatnot, I'm like, this is easy to pull the plug.
Well, the scariest thing for me about that Rogan podcast was everyone saying, oh, wash your hands, wash your hands. And the thing is transmitted through your breath, through your mouth. So there's no way you can wash your hands all day. It doesn't mean anything.
You know what, man? But I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I don't touch my unit unless I wash my hands. I'm one of those guys.
Even without this? Or like normally?
Even without this,
Okay.
I don't touch my unit unless I wash my hands. Whether I'm in an airport, I've been doing this for years. You don't want to put your unit in somebody's mouth and they got germs.
That's right.
You know, I've been vigilant about this since day one. You know, it doesn't take a genius. You know, I went to Atlanta on the 24th and I saw the invasion of Asians at the airport. I have nothing against them. I'm not saying nothing wrong. And then I went to Vegas on the 29th
Oh, that has to be dead.
of February. Vegas was at 14% this weekend. Vegas is shutting down today. Casinos shut down today. Airlines will probably shut down tomorrow. That's it. But when I woke up Wednesday, I called her Tuesday night and told them the truth because I wasn't supposed to shoot till Monday. There was no reason for me to be lurking around the city on the ferries or whatnot. There was no reason for me.
Right.
And once I saw my knee swollen, I just called them up and I said, listen, I'm not coming in today. I'm coming in Saturday. So I switched it. By Saturday, we would know. I knew for a fact. They called me back and said they were going to fly me in Sunday with John Bernthal. We were going to fly in, shoot the movie, and fly back on Tuesday night after the movie. There was going to be no wasted time. But I knew Thursday that this wasn't happening. They were already starting to shut TV shows. They were starting to shut a bunch of stuff. And then Friday, I got the call in the afternoon that they pulled down production. That's it.
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if they're keeping, like, because they never canceled Post when I was working in Post ever. So I wonder if they're shutting that stuff down.
Well, Post, you work by yourself,
Yeah, but still.
right? You're by yourself. You're fine. Post is fine. They don't want you to be in a big circle. I mean, listen, an office is an office. Every office is filthy.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do about that. Even our little office, there's tons of germs in here just from us. That's why I came in here last week, like 2 nights. I wiped everything down. We brought extra wipes. Me and Mercy came in one night. We wiped everything down. We sprayed the couches. You know, I knew last week that this is not, you know, am I scared? No, I'm not scared, but I'm prepared. I'm 57. You guys have been hearing me for years. You guys make fun of my fucking emphysema. You guys know I have like I have the beginnings of emphysema from smoking since I'm 12. So I fit right in that age group. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know I'm not getting on a plane. You know, and right now what people do not realize is that every day we shut down, people are gonna hurt.
Oh, yeah. Well, did you see what happened on JetBlue? A guy.
This is why. Because it's not what you do; it's what other people do around you. So before that happens, just shut it down.
Yeah.
I knew March 2nd I wasn't going back to the store. When I went to the store on March 2nd, after my Vegas trip,
Yeah.
and they told me that Vegas was at 50% that weekend. February 29th, Vegas was at 50%.
Wow.
Even though we sold out, thank you very much. We were at 50% Las Vegas, the whole city of Las Vegas. So when I got back, that was when the scare started getting a little bit more. I could see the airport was dead, you know, and I remember going to that Comedy Store Tuesday night, and I had 2 shows. And I remember going into that main room for Sarah Mello's show, and she had 20 people in that green room, and my anxiety shot up. I got out of there, and I went to the hallway, and I stayed there by the door, and I breathed, and I made a mental note not to go back down there until we figured out what this was. Thank God the Comedy Store, you know, they're geniuses, and they said, we're closing it down. We know it. I told them, I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays and Wednesdays is half international audience. It's a death sentence for us.
Yeah.
You know, it's an international audience. I have nothing against them. I'm glad they come and support, and they come to the Comedy Store and they see the beauty that I see. But at the same time, we all have to protect ourselves.
I've had every show except for one next week, all the way to the middle of April, has been canceled.
Yeah, there's no reason. There's no reason. I have, Santa Barbara's obviously canceled. I'm very sorry. We will make that up some other time of the year. I'm not worried about it. April, I have Reno and Portland. Portland's already been canceled. Nobody knows what they're going to do at Reno, but I doubt I'm going to get on a plane. It's over for me. For my age, it's over. So what we'll do is, what I'm going to do is when I come back is lower my ticket prices back to $25, because when I get back on the road, I'm going to lower them to $25. That's it. We're going to go through a hard time in this country. We're going to go through, whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we're going to suffer.
Yeah.
The first week that we're open at the store, we're probably going to do benefits for the wait staff and for the employees. The Comedy Store, they're gentlemen. They're going to pay everybody. But I told the Comedy Store that our first weekend, we should just be doing benefits for the wait staff, because they got used to a certain lifestyle also, and there's kids, and they have families also. So that's the first thing we're doing at the store is benefits for the wait staff and the employees who, a lot of those people live off tips.
Yeah. What about, minimum wage people going to CVS, going to the grocery, like you said, they're shutting down the grocery store now early. That's a whole shift of people that's gone. It's, I remember when I first moved here and you do that math where you're like, I only have a week left of money. To think about having a month with no work. Like, imagine if you had just moved to LA, like in September after graduating. Like, it's pretty crazy.
I can't imagine just the effects of all this. I just can't imagine it. And my heart goes out to America. My heart goes out to the world. I know what it is to struggle. I know what it is so this is what I'm thinking about. Again, I'm very sorry about Nyack, but man, I couldn't live with myself if I saw that somebody got infected during one of my shows, or that they went to a show and they all went to an improv that night, and now my name goes out negatively like that because I wanted to make a few fucking dollars. That's not what it's about. This is not the time to do fucking stand-up or to put other people's lives at risk. I don't like people breathing on my neck. You see how I get. I don't even like people standing next to me. You ever go with me to a restaurant? Yeah. You see when they sit next to people, I always tell the waiter, no. Go. The restaurant is empty, and you got me on top of a couple that's nice people. They're going to hear us two gorillas talking about the language I talk. No. I don't like being around people. That's one thing I've never liked, is sitting on top of people, sitting next to people. I've always hated that stuff. So flying, I don't know what's going to happen right now.